In Trolls Eat Moles, 2 to 3 players battle using pieces that follow a rock, paper, scissors attack pattern. Trolls eat moles, moles dig holes, holes bury trolls, and skull bombs go boom, taking out nearby pieces. Each player has 19 pieces, 6 trolls, 6 moles, 6 holes, and 1 skull bomb. To set up the game, all players shuffle their pieces face down. Pink always goes first. Blue goes second. Yellow goes third. In a 2-player game, blue goes first if no one is playing as the pink player. Players take turns placing a piece face down on an empty space. With 2 players, the board has plenty of room for all pieces to be used. However, in a 3-player game, there's not enough room for everyone's pieces. After all players have shuffled their pieces, pink removes 5 of their pieces at random without looking at them. Blue removes 3 of their pieces, and yellow removes 1 piece. There's a chance you may have randomly removed your skull bomb piece, but that's okay. Sometimes a skull bomb is a liability. Starting with the pink player, players take turns placing their pieces face down until the board is full. When a player runs out of pieces, they skip their turn. After all the pieces have been placed, players flip them over so they are facing up. Now the battle can begin. Pieces move 1 square at a time, going horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. When a piece moves diagonally, it must move to a square that shares a corner. You cannot jump over or between other pieces. To eliminate rivals, move on to a piece you can capture. Remember, trolls eat moles, moles dig holes, and holes bury trolls. Captured pieces are removed from the board. A single troll, mole, or hole can continue to capture multiple pieces in a single turn, so long as the next move after a capture is a valid capture move. Skull bombs move like other pieces. However, they can land on any piece owned by any player. If a skull bomb lands on a piece, the skull bomb detonates, destroying itself, the piece it landed on, and any piece sharing an adjacent side. Other pieces can detonate skull bombs by landing on them, regardless of the owner. The skull bomb destroys the piece that landed on it. If a skull bomb detonates another skull bomb, it causes a chain reaction. If you find yourself in a pinch, you can spend a turn to trade one of your pieces in for one of your captured pieces. The catch is, you must sacrifice another piece to make the trade. You cannot trade for a skull bomb, only a troll, mole, or hole. If you make a trade, you cannot make any other moves, captures, or trades during that turn. Players win when they are the only ones with pieces on the board. You are not allowed to skip a turn. You must move, capture, or trade. A special tiebreaker round begins if the following conditions are met. All of the pieces are the same type, and none of the pieces are skull bombs, meaning any capturing move is impossible. And all remaining players only have 1 piece left on the board, which makes trading impossible. If you can't capture or trade for the remainder of the game immediately enters a tiebreaker mode. All players that still have pieces remaining on the board secretly select any 3 of their captured pieces. They are not allowed to add their skull bombs back into the game. Unlike the start of the game, players are allowed to look at their pieces, but keep their choices secret. Once a player has made their selection, they cannot change their mind. They must place one of those 3 pieces during the placing phase. The player who would have started their turn when the tiebreaker was triggered becomes the new starting player. Players take turns placing their pieces face down anywhere on the board. Players flip the pieces over after all the selected pieces have been placed. The new starting player moves first. Only 1 tiebreaker round is allowed per game. If the game progresses to a second tie, the game ends in a draw. If all remaining players are eliminated in a single turn because of a skull bomb, the game ends in a draw. Here's an example of a full playthrough. Pink goes first and uses a hole to bury 8 trolls. Blue uses a troll to eat 5 moles. Yellow uses a hole to bury 5 trolls. Pink uses a mole to land on yellow's skull bomb, detonating it and eliminating 3 of Blue's pieces. Blue uses a mole to capture 2 holes. Yellow's mole captures 2 holes. Pink's troll eats 2 moles, lands on a skull bomb, and eliminates 1 of Yellow's pieces. Blue doesn't want to lose their mole to a troll immediately after capturing a hole, so Blue moves out of the way. Yellow buries Blue's troll. Pink moves their troll away from a hole. Blue makes a strategic trade, spending a turn and sacrificing a piece to turn their mole into a troll. Yellow doesn't want to be near that new troll and moves out of the way. Pink has the same idea. Blue's troll chases Yellow and Pink. Yellow moves away from Pink's mole to prevent Blue from getting a 2-course meal in a single turn. Pink moves their mole to capture a hole later. Blue's troll eats a mole. Yellow moves a hole. Pink's mole captures a hole. Blue moves a hole. Yellow moves into position for a good attack next turn. Pink moves their skull bomb into a more defensible position. Blue turns the tables by sacrificing a piece to turn their hole into a mole, ruining Yellow's plan. Yellow moves forward anyway, hoping for a distraction. Pink moves their troll. Blue captures 2 holes. Yellow moves a hole. Pink's troll eats a mole. Blue doesn't have many options left and decides to move closer to Pink. The 3 players take turns moving around the board to set up their next attack. Pink knows they are going to lose a troll next round, but they don't want to lose their mole as well. Blue chases after Pink's mole. Then Yellow buries 2 trolls. Pink captures a hole. With their pieces spread out, all players move around the board to land their next attack. The shape of the board makes it impossible to outrun your foes forever. Eventually, they will catch up with you. Yellow is trapped and is about to be captured by a mole. But at the last moment, Yellow sacrifices a piece to turn their hole into a troll. Pink tries to escape. Yellow ignores Blue and focuses on Pink. Pink will lose the game if they use their skull bomb now. Their only option is to run. It looks like Yellow was outplayed. Pink's skull bomb lands on Yellow's troll, blowing them up and leaving Blue's and Pink's mole on the board. Both players only have matching pieces left on the board. Neither player can eliminate the other with their remaining pieces. A player could sacrifice a piece to make a trade, but with only 1 piece remaining, trading is impossible. A tiebreaker round must begin. Because Blue and Pink are still in the game, they secretly select 3 pieces from their captured pile. They are not allowed to add their skull bombs back into the game. The tiebreaker started on Blue's turn, so Blue is the new starting player. Blue places 1 of their secretly chosen pieces face down on the board. Pink doesn't know what piece that is, but they can make an educated guess. Pink places their piece on the board. The remaining players take turns placing their pieces on the board. With their 3 chosen pieces placed on the board, both players begin flipping their pieces face up. There's only 1 tiebreaker round per game, so this is it. Because it was Blue's turn when the tiebreaker round started, Blue moves first and eliminates Pink's mole. Pink moves their mole to make a future attack. Blue moves a mole to do the same. But Pink moves away. Blue realizes Pink won't take the bait and moves their troll to eat Pink's mole later. Pink captures a hole, and Blue eats a mole. Pink and Blue take turns chasing each other down. Pink buries a troll, and Blue captures a hole. Pink delays the inevitable, but Blue pursues until Pink has nowhere to go. Blue captures Pink's last piece and wins the game. From all of us at Binary Cocoa, thank you for your support and have fun. Also, please don't be a troll.